When the lights come on, she's ready to rise. Donnelly steps up with faith in her eyes. Puzzle pieces fitting, stars up in the sky. With every prayer and song, she'll make your spirit fly.
She's got the voice that can heal the soul. Singing, gaming, she's on a roll. Star Wars battles to her prayerful light. Donnelly's shining through the night. Shine on, Donnelly's, you light up the way. Singing, praying, bringing hope today.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's,
You're our shining song. In the game or the prayer, she's standing tall. With every step, she answers the call. Blessings in her heart, light in her soul. With Donnelly's, we're ready to roll.
raise your hands, feel the groove. With her faith and her love, you can't lose.
From the galaxy far to the prayers so deep, Donnelly's is the joy we keep.
Shine on, Donnelly's, you're the light we need.
With every song and every prayer you lead. From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's, you're our shining song. Shine on, Donnelly's. Shine on.
Good morning, and happy Saturday. How is everybody today? Just destroyed your competition in fork knife, got 9 limbs? Dude, Dave, that is fantastic. Let's make sure that, yes, we're good. I wanted to make sure that everything was good as far as audio settings, and it looks like we are good. No more overnights, hopefully, ever. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And yeah, that must be some new feature that they have, because I know they've done, in the past, they've had, like, sub-anniversaries. So I wonder if maybe now they're starting to roll out, like, all the different anniversaries, like the VIP anniversaries, or, you know, the mod anniversaries like you just discovered. I wonder what other anniversaries there are now. Kirby, you loved the rivalry between Lumiere and Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast in 1991. It's a shame there's that one villager singing Belle, the one who looks like the opera singer from that one Bugs Bunny cartoon who turned you off from watching Beauty and the Beast. You love the 2017 version. Okay. I think, for me, overall, I enjoyed the 2017 version, minus a couple of things like auto-tune on Belle. Not exactly a good look for a movie to use auto-tune. Can't stay long, you're about to walk into the movies. Enjoy. Go. Ooh, and that was on Blitz Royale too? Awesome! And anyways, going back to Beauty and the Beast. I did not enjoy the auto-tune, and it made me really, really sad that they replaced my absolute favorite song from the Broadway version with Evermore. Don't get me wrong, Evermore is a great song. I much prefer, if I had to choose between Evermore and If I Can't Love Her, I just feel like If I Can't Love Her covers the Beast's feelings, you know? Like, that, it feels more in character for him. Right, and Human again! They needed to put that in as well. Alright guys, we need to celebrate the fact that Dave is no longer working overnight. We need some hype in chat for some normal sleep schedule. So we're gonna go normal sleep schedule hype. Normal sleep schedule hype. Oh man, you guys. So you know how I was talking yesterday? Oh, there's a nap in store for today, but you're staying up basically today? Yes! And absolutely! Yeah, that is a huge thing to celebrate. And of course there's going to be a nap in today because you were up all night. But that's a huge win to celebrate. Good morning, Soul. Good morning, and happy Saturday. How are you today? Exactly, rule number 1. Mama Bell is always right. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. Donna is always right. Oh, that's true, because if Mama Bell's ever wrong, we've got to refer back to rule number 1. So that makes rule number 3, Donna is always right. No, just kidding. I have my moments. Oh, rule number 1 is interchangeable depending on the name. Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. Evie keeps trying to wake you up at 5 and you're tired. Oh. Evangeline. Soul, am I on speaker? Am I on speaker? That is true, for example. If we're in Queen's stream, Queen is always right. Alright, here we go. Evangeline, you listen to your cat godmother. You do not wake Mom up at 5 a.m., okay? You let Mom sleep. Because Mom will feed you when Mom wakes up. But right now, Mom needs sleep. And how many times has Cat Godmom said Mom in a sentence? So Evangeline, we are not waking your mother up until 6:30, 7 o'clock. Okay? Okay? Can we compromise there? 5:15 though, that's Oh, I feel that. Nah, you could never be a pain in the neck, Dave. Never, never, never. So yesterday I was talking about how I wanted to be able to bike more. So what I did is I went out on my bike last night and I biked for 3 miles. Little over, almost 3.5 miles. And I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. She tries again until 5:20 when she starts making biscuits with her murder mittens. Oh man, I can definitely see where that would get you going. Oh, we'll always hype you up, Mama Belle. Always hyping you up. It's not necessarily about keeping you humble as much as it is about making sure that you realize how loved and appreciated you are. Absolutely, Dave, absolutely. That is true. You want to get up early well, it depends on the person. Yes, go follow Mama Belle. she has made affiliate. So if you want cozy vibes, you need to go and hang out with Mama Belle because she is amazing. She and her husband, Mike, do amazing things together. And you're gonna give love to all the amazing Christian streamers, so we've gotta include Mama Belle and Triple B Mike in that. Oh, I can fix that. Oh man! I gotta wait a minute 20 seconds? What? You've been waking up at 7 p.m. for the past 2 years. We'll see what rhythm you get into and what shifts you get scheduled to. Fair, fair. But yeah, depending on the person, I can see being up early being more productive. But knowing Soul, I think you've mentioned in the past that your best hours tend to be more late morning into afternoon, I think? Or maybe it was late afternoon into early evening. Like, those tend to be your most productive hours. But I'm usually up by 7:30 at the absolute latest. And so I can definitely consider myself a morning person, even if begrudgingly so. So you begrudgingly feed her early and go back to bed. Absolutely, that is exactly what I would do. Ah, you're not sure when the return to streams will be depending on the home schedule. That's totally fair. You've got some upbeat stuff planned too? Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, late morning into early afternoon. I was right! Look at me remembering good stuff about my friends, all the important things. And naturally a night owl on top of it. Yeah, that's totally fair. And make sure you are following the amazing Triple B Mike. He likes to do some really fun stuff on stream, and if you follow him on all the socials, then you'll get some awesome Bible verses in your life. Love it! Oh, just wait, Dave. Just you wait. Don't tempt me with a good time. You've got your hype train alert and raid alert fixed, and also got both your emotes made and uploaded. Absolutely, way to go! You don't focus as well at night, especially if you're stressed and distracted, but you can stay awake easily. That's fair, that's fair. I am very much not a night owl. I am very much the opposite of that. I am somewhat of an old lady, although last night does not show that very well because Mom and I were talking till like 11:30 last night. But usually I'm in bed by like 10:30 at the latest. Oh, it'll be a special stream next. He'll hit 100 followers. Ah, he hit 100 follows. Yes, way to go, Mike. You can be productive in the evening depending on the circumstances. Getting out of the house helps too, depending on the task. That is fair. That is fair. And if you want some cool Pokemon vibes, or some cool cooking vibes, you gotta check out Tie-Dye Chef Dave once he gets his schedule solidified, because he is amazing. You've got some cool, amazing cooking, or doing a Nuzlocke run? Is that it? Is that what you were working on? Was it a Nuzlocke run, or was that like a long time ago? You don't remember when that was? I remember you playing Pokemon, though. Maybe that was a few months ago. Because you're getting back into the cooking, and I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. And funny story, Dave, that is actually my middle name. Did I know that Magic the Gathering made a set of card set of Doctor Who? I did. In fact, I bought 2 of them. I bought, let me see, because I can't remember the names. I got, I believe, Timey-Wimey, which is the blue, red, white. And then I think I got the Blast from the Past, which was the green, white, blue. And usually I'm not one for red, because I'm not usually a kill it with fire person in Magic the Gathering. I'm usually a get an army started and build it, with deck control stuff being secondary to that, or I guess tertiary. Maybe tertiary? Because I like cards that help you get cards out fast, and I like cards that help you build, like life and strength and all that. But then every now and then I like to try and control the other person's deck, so... You plan on buying some from TCG Player to use as optional commanders for commander decks? Love it, love it. You're in bed between 8:30 and 9:30? That's fair, that's fair. That's fair. If it's work, I'm in bed by 9:30. Otherwise, I try to be in bed by 10:30 at the latest. Maybe 11. That's what you want to be doing, honestly? Just hard to get good times in the kitchen. That's totally fair. Totally fair. You're an old lady in the sense that you don't want to be out socializing late. If you're up late, you'd prefer to enjoy your old lady hobbies like sewing and crochet. Totally valid. Totally valid. Something I have learned over about the last year and really started implementing in the last month is the importance of rest. The importance of just a chill night at home. That I don't have to be all go, go, go all the time. I can say, you know what? We're gonna just chill at home tonight, and it's gonna be awesome. You're generous. You'll probably wake up at like 7 a.m. at the latest for a bit. Everyone out of the house by 7:30. That is true. A lot of that is my work schedule because I am up at 4:45 on work days and out the door by 5:20, 5:25. Oh, you were counting for if the Bible and Fellowship study was getting good and lost track of the time. Dude, yes. Like, when the Holy Spirit gets moving and you can start doing that, like, Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate. That's when it's really good. That is when you know the Bible study is like that and is so in tune with the Spirit. But yeah, I'm usually up on the weekends. On the weekends, I'm usually up by like 7:30, especially on Sundays, because if I'm on the worship team, then that means that I need to be at church I need to be ready to go to church by like 7:20, 7:30, so I can ride in with Dad, because he's on security team. And so rather than have 3 cars there, we'll just have the 2 and Mom can come later. And so So that's usually, but most Sundays I'm up by about 7:20, out the door with mom by about 8:30, and then to church by about 8:45-ish. And then I get to help out in the preschool this week, so I am excited. I'm in the preschool kinder, and I think it's my week to lead teach. Because I'm pretty sure my co-teacher did that last week. Because she and I basically switched weeks once. You don't consider it, old lady, given that I do so much in the way that you find rather in the day that you find it rather impressive. Yeah, and I'm working on slowing down. Today I plan on going on a bike ride when I get home in the evening. And currently it looks like, it should be low 80s by about 7. Other than that, it's mid to upper 80s for a good majority of the day. So it'll be a nice day for a little bike ride. And I'm going to be helping, hopefully after stream, helping mom get ready for vacation Bible school. So that'll be fun. 7:30 is really sleeping in for you and Mike. Your bodies are screaming at you by that point. Yeah, that's fair. That's my body by about 7:20, 7:30. My body just refuses. Even if I am still exhausted, my body still goes, Donna, you're wasting the day. Get up. And I'm like, but. It's like, no buts. No buts. You're gonna do it. You're gonna get up. You decided to buy workbooks to review 7th through 12th grade. You're getting the Alpha Omega Life Packs for 7th through 12th grade History and Geography, and 7th through 10th grade Science. You're also getting Life Pack Electives Family Consumer Science and Consumer Math. You did the Family Consumer Science back when it was called Home Ec and enjoyed them because they were your learning style. I love it! I plan to homeschool any future kids that I am blessed with, so that'll probably include being a part-time worker. And so that'll be interesting to see what happens as far as that, because I want to work part-time because I want to contribute financially to my future family. And so, but I also want to homeschool, and I think the best way to balance those would be to work part-time and then homeschool when I'm not at work. And so I've been looking into a lot of different curriculums, and I need to look a little more into Alpha Omega. I've looked into master books, I've looked into Abeka, a little bit into Bob Jones or BJU Prez, and I've looked a little into Good and the Beautiful, and which one's the one with no, Master Books is the one with My Father's World. And I think I really like Master Books, and I really like BJU. I feel like those would be like really good rigorously. I'm also looking into Christian Light preschool or schooling as well, because that one is also really good. I think what I'm looking for in a curriculum is one that is faith-based and one that does spiral math and teaches phonics. Oh, severely shallow and outdated? Huh. That's interesting, because one of the YouTubers that I was looking into said that it's like really, really good and rigorous. So that's interesting. Maybe I won't look into it. I'll have to, or at least I'll look a little deeper into it and see see which one, because maybe they've changed it. I don't know. Because all of my research has been just seeing sample pages online. I haven't really like gone into any curriculum stores and like looked into books. Really looked at the books, because I'm not quite to the point yet where I'm ready to homeschool yet. But I will definitely bear that in mind, Mama Belle. I appreciate that feedback. You get up at 7 to help out at church on a typical Sunday, with your new morning class starting at 8. Waking up around 7 every day is becoming your new routine. Parental unit often delivers Dunkin', so that's a huge help. Is it the matcha one that you introduced me to? Was it that matcha one typically? Alrighty, Dave, you enjoy that nap. And Stream Elements, you need to get your act together. Your school system was badly delayed due to illness and snowstorms, so the intent to homeschool papers won't even be ready to go until mid-June. Oh man. If things had gone differently, homeschooling and working part-time is what you could have done too. And honestly, part of that isn't even just your issues with today's school system, also time is a consideration. Kids tend to spend so much time with people that aren't their parents. That unbalanced time distribution is weird and sad. And a part of me wonders, oh, not today, lately you've been getting their Rocky Road latte. Interesting. Does it taste like Rocky Road ice cream? And does it have, like, little bits of marshmallow and stuff like that? But yeah, I think some of it, because I agree. I think it is sad that so many hours of the day, like one of the most eye-opening things to me was how much you could get done in homeschool. Like most of the homeschool YouTubers that I watched, they started at 8 and they were like done by about noon, if that. And had the whole rest of the day to themselves. And I'm like, dude, we were in school from 8 to 2, or 8 to 3 or 4, you know? And it's like, I wonder how much of that was to make it where parents could still be at work. And so they were trying to make school schedule match the typical weird day, like the typical work day. That is true when you consider degree of influence. Like for me, most of my reason for wanting to homeschool is the fact that I don't always agree with the timeline for when they teach certain things in a traditional school setting, and I would much rather be the one introducing my kids to certain topics in an age-appropriate way. But good morning, Jen. How are ya? How are ya? You loved the Spanish one, BJU, but you guess it didn't have a whole lot of Christian content apart from Bible memory verses in Spanish. Technically, you only went through half the textbook because your teacher, it was a co-op, gave you so much homework, but you really wanted to do the whole thing to learn all the vocabulary and verbs and verb tenses. Yeah, that makes sense. I am doing well, Jen, and I'm glad that you're doing well too. We're just talking all things homeschool this morning because Kirby had brought up buying some homeschool curriculum to kind of, review some concepts that hadn't been talked about in a long time. And so we started talking about different homeschool curriculums and how to balance, can balance doing at least a part-time job and homeschool. You get why it is with both parents working, you just don't like that it was pushed on us to be that way, yeah. And that's fair. That is totally fair, because, like you were saying yesterday, just because you're used to it doesn't always mean it's the best way. And Because, like, I remember watching all these different homeschool videos just so I could kind of get an idea of what a typical homeschool day could look like and how long to spend really on each subject. And the fact that they were able to get so much done in half the time. I remember days when I was a teacher where I was like, how am I going to make this lesson last the entire block that I have? And now I understand why. And that is true, but most can't have mom and dad home and both end up having to work, but being able to stay home with the kids is great too. I just know for me personally, I want to be able to at least work part-time because I want to be able to contribute financially, and I completely understand that stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home dads do just as much to contribute to the family, and I love that for you guys. I just think for me, I want to be able to at least work part-time. And that is true. It makes sense when you consider classroom management too, because the kid's brain needs stimulation, like constantly. And so their brains are not designed to learn and spend that huge block, like an hour and a half on math or an hour and a half on reading. Their brains are more designed for do a bite-sized lesson and then apply it and then move on to the next thing and spiral it back. California has lots of double income families because your houses and apartments are more expensive here than most any other state. Absolutely. I went to college in California, and this was like 10, almost a little over 10 years ago. Yeah, probably about 15 years ago when I started. It was 15 years ago when I started college in California. And I was looking into getting an off-campus apartment, and a studio apartment 10 to 15 years ago was $1,200, and it was a small apartment. And I'm like, there ain't no way. You know? Gas is $6 a gallon in some places. Minimum wage is now $16.90 an hour. Yep. You were a teacher too, retired from that now. Taught on a remote native reservation up in Canada, and conditions aren't that great on our reserves. Yeah. What was your experience like there, teaching on the reservation? Because I taught just off the reservation, because I think the school I taught at the longest was just like a few miles away from being on the reservation. And I'll be honest, it was rough. Got the additional gas tax in California too, yeah. You used to live in Colorado and we're struggling. Yeah, like Colorado is beautiful. I drove through multiple cities in Colorado, and it was absolutely beautiful, but I can also see where it's really, really expensive. You've seen people cross over into neighboring states for gas to avoid that. Dustin! Good morning! How are you, my friend? Happy Saturday! And Murph, I saw you too! Good morning, Murph. The local kids and adults were great. Your coworkers were terrible, and the levels of kids were difficult to work with. You had kindergarten level kids in with grade 6. Oh, wow. That would be so hard. Like, I know at the school I taught at, they had some classes that were combined grades. And I was like, that would be so hard to plan for. You know, like, yeah, the lesson plans would be brutal to plan for. Catching up on some work today, I love it. I am high on caffeine right now because I got my caffeinated protein shake today. I got home from running some errands after stream. Actually, no, it was hanging out with my pastor's daughter, and we were running some stuff together, getting some things done that we wanted to get done. And you guys, I found the perfect handlebar bag for my bike. And I put it on, went on my bike ride, loved it. So now today I'm getting in a water bottle holder, so that way I can put that on my bike as well, because I was going to just use the bag because it has a cooler. But then I got to thinking, you know what, it might be easier just to have both options. You enjoyed working as a TA overall, but you had issues with it, and it showed you had no interest in being a full-fledged teacher yourself. Totally fair. Right? Isn't it so fun? Absolutely fun. I need to show you guys my bike, because it is so stinking cute. I love it. Let me pull this up. Gotta go all the way, went too far back. There we go. It was around Thanksgiving. There we go. Oh, actually, you know what? I need to show you. So this was before my uncle surprised me with Christmas gifts. And then we'll scroll down, because I just took some pictures the other day. And then my uncle, for Christmas, surprised me with what every girl needs: some streamers and a bell for the bike. Right? Thank you. I love it. And the bag that I got for it. Oh, and we need Crispy Donna. Move back slowly. There we go. Oh, and we'll just let it do its thing. We'll do this, actually. We'll go. Oh, bink. Bink. Hopefully that'll help. And the bag is a black bag with a cooler insulation in it. And so if I wanted to go on a long bike ride, I could, but I just decided, you know what? We're gonna use the water bottle holder most of the time for that, and I'll use the carrier, like the little bag, to carry like my keys and things like that. You like supply teaching? You can have a lot of fun with the kids and not worry about parents or report cards. Yeah, so is supply teaching like substitute teaching? You just bought a little survival pack, or brought a little survival pack with you, and some kid-friendly joke books, coloring pages, and high-interest novels. I love it! You liked one aspect to your TA job. You also didn't have to worry much about the parents or report cards. Yeah, that was the other hard part for me, was trying to keep up with all of that. Yeah, classroom management was really tough. And I can only imagine it being even tougher when you've got multiple grades that you're trying to... Because you had like 3 grades combined into one. That would have been so hard. So hard. Like, I understand why. I understand why they did it the way they did, because they wanted you to be able to, get to really know the kids, the teacher, have that stability. But at the same time, and it would be so hard to plan, okay, 4th graders, you're doing this. 3rd graders, you're doing this, Because you had 4th, 5th, 6th, right? Yeah, 4th, 5th, 6th. And so it would be really hard to get all of the 4th graders focused on one thing, all the 5th graders focused on another, and the 6th graders focused on another. Okay, 4th grade this, 5th grade that. Yeah. Lesson planning, all the outside work hours. Yeah, exactly. And then the meetings that could have probably been an email. The behavioral management. There was a time, and I think some of it was what you mentioned earlier, Jen, where the class sizes are so large. Because I had to be able to teach 30 kids by myself as a first-year teacher. And that was hard, I had never really been in that situation before. The behaviors were things I didn't feel prepared to try and handle, those kinds of things. And so it was hard. It was hard. But I'm so blessed by the job that I have now that allows me to be a lot more stress-free. Yeah, your lead teacher had so much to do and plan outside of class hours, even with you there to take on a sizable chunk of the grading. Exactly. There's so much because you're planning literally for 3 grades. And so it makes sense that you're having to do triple the planning because you're weekly having to go, if not daily, having to go, okay, what did my 4th graders learn today? Did they feel like they needed did they seem like they needed a review of that? When should I review it? And then you have to repeat that process for 5th and 6th. And so that would be so hard. There was a time I thought maybe I would go back to school and get my master's in reading and become a reading specialist and do pullouts and work with the kids that needed help with their reading. But I was I don't know if that's really what I want. And then I got super ambitious at one point. I was convinced in my first years after college, my first couple years after college and my very first job, I was ambitious. I thought, I'm going to get my master's in reading, and then I'm going to get my doctorate in education. And I'm now I look at that and I go, what was 2015 Donna even thinking? You combined a few lessons on the Olympics. Teach the same lessons, but for both, but the older grades get a harder assignment. Exactly. And that's a really good way to do it. That really is. If you're able to do that, and one of my favorite ways that I've seen of doing homeschool for certain subjects is that exact same thing. So take a history lesson, for example. You can do family style history, and they have it all planned out as far as, okay, if you have a 2nd or 3rd grader, they get this little journal to go along with the book. If they're 4th through 6th, they get this book. And so that way they're getting the same lesson, but different assignments. Oh, a lot of the core lessons were taught as an entire class, and the younger kids were taught to ask the older kids for help. Yeah, in that sense, Montessori and homeschooling have that similarity. Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of interesting to think of some of the core lessons being taught to the entire class, mostly because the state has different requirements for what each kid, or each grade is supposed to do. Like, if you were to look at the 4th grade standards for math, they would look completely different from the standards for 6th grade. And so I could kind of see it, depending on how much overlap there is. But I could see where, especially in math, I feel like science, math was its own thing, a lot more self-paced. Okay. Because I could see certain aspects of reading, writing, history, science, all being able to be taught to the same group across multiple grades. Especially considering, we need a stronger foundation in a more liberal arts style of writing versus mechanical writing. Yeah, we do. We need a stronger focus on writing, I think. I really do, because there's so many who aren't able to write, and it's so sad. So sad. But yeah, so all that to say, I really feel called to homeschool and have been looking into what that might look like, and I'm excited about it. Hold on one second, guys, while this is going. If you want to put in prayer requests, please feel free to use !pray or prayer. And if you want to share praise, you can use !praise, and those will go into the Discord for us to be able to pray over them. There we go. Math placement assessment in the beginning, which was more or less to place them in a small lesson group. So the lead teacher would do math lessons with 1 to 4 kids. Okay. I do remember you mentioning that. Amen, Pastor Houston. Amen. We are definitely keeping Forged by Grace in prayer. Have you heard any updates on him, by the way? I need to reach out to him and see how his recovery is going. Because the person I heard that from heard it in a different server. And so I need to reach out and kind of be like, hey, Forged. You know what? I'm going to message him right now while we're thinking about it. And see what they say. See what he says. Oh, and he looks like he's online but away. I'm praying for you, my friend. Any update on surgery and recovery? There we go. And I will keep you posted. But yeah, it sounded like he really did a number on his ribs, his shoulder, and his elbow. And so sounds like there's quite a bit of a road to recovery there. But the blessing is I haven't heard anything as far as like a concussion or anything. So that is a huge blessing, because my biggest concern whenever I hear about any accidents like that is, did they get a concussion? Like, how badly was their brain rattled, you know? So hopefully we'll hear back soon. I am excited for the theme of this year's VBS, and that reminds me, next week we will not have streams because it is Vacation Bible School week, and so I am going to be helping out as a floater on Friday. So if anything, I might be able to do something in the evening. So keep an eye out just in case I happen to have time to do that. But most likely not. And then next Saturday is kind of up in the air. I'm hoping to be able to visit an extended family member. I got approved for visitation. And so now I know what level he is, so I'm hoping to be able to go and visit him. And tomorrow is when the schedule opens for next week. And so I hope to be able to, in the morning, be able to set something up. And so hopefully that'll work. So if you guys could keep that in prayer, excuse me, it would be wonderful. I heard that it'll be a 4-hour visit, which will be awesome. I think that'll do some real good for the both of us. Yeah, head injury should be one of the first things they check and monitor for. Absolutely, absolutely. You're so happy that your county's library has Christian books, including those written by John MacArthur and Ken Ham, so they probably have C.S. Lewis. You haven't looked on the app yet. Yeah, C.S. Lewis and Ken Ham and MacArthur, they are fantastic. I've actually this year been going through a devotional by Dr. David Jeremiah and absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. And I have my one for next year. It is called A Closer Walk with Jesus by Dr. David Jeremiah, and it's one that he wrote this year. It's his most recent one. Aw, thank you, Soul. I try. Yeah, he definitely needs that. Someone to show him the love of Jesus, even if it's tough love at times. Yeah. Because I know his birthday is coming up. So I'm probably gonna give him just a little bit of something for his birthday. But other than that, I will be more than happy to go and visit, talk to him about what he's going through, and love him in that way. But yeah, some boundaries were definitely needed. Some boundaries were definitely needed. And definitely trying to be patient, because he needs that patience. Everybody deserves patience. Everybody deserves somebody who will take the time to actively listen. And it takes time and it takes practice. But eventually you'll get there. And some people are more geared to be the more tough love and just tell it like it is. Other people, and some people need that tough love. They need that person who is more blunt. And I think I'm hoping that I'm getting better at being kind of a middle ground. That person that isn't quite super blunt, but also doesn't sugarcoat it, you know? Yeah, let's see. I'm curious what today's devotion would be if we were... haven't even opened this since I unwrapped it because I'm saving this one for next year. Ooh, I love the coloring that they've done. Ooh, the title alone for this day next year. Sufficient grace. And the Lord said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. I love that. Absolutely love that. That's one of the things that's been really sticking out to me lately, is the fact that God uses our weaknesses. He works in, through, and around us and our weaknesses. So good, such a blessing that where we are weak, He is strong. That we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be the person who has it all together. God loves us anyway. Our goal is that we are growing to be more and more like Him every day. That is true. Tough love in the sense of holding firm boundaries, not giving in to people pleasing. And that's true. It doesn't necessarily have to be blunt. That is true. Good point there, Soul. Absolutely, Mama Belle. While you type that out, I'm going to go ahead and pray over these prayer requests, and then we're going to get the game ready. We're going to play some Dreamlight Valley today, and I am so excited. It's going to be a chill day today. Lord, thank you so, so much for who you are and how much you love us. That where we are weak, you are strong. Help us to remember that you can and do work in and through us and our weaknesses. That we don't have to have it all together, and that as long as we are quick to confess our sins, quick to come back to you, and just growing and striving to be more like you every day, and loving you every day, that all you want is our heart, Lord. All you want is our love. And for us to let you help us become more like you every day. Give us the courage to let you do the chisel work that needs to be done. Lord, it can be painful to have that chiseling done, but it is so, so worth it. Put people in our lives to be the iron that sharpens our iron, that tells us and calls us out in love when needed. Right now I bring Forged by Grace before you, and I ask that you touch and heal his body, Lord. Give him the rest that he needs. Give him quick healing, Lord. Give him patience with himself, that when the healing doesn't seem to go as fast as he wants it to, that you give him the ability to have grace on himself, Lord, and let his body heal in its time, Lord. Thank you, Lord, that accident wasn't worse. I ask that you just be with Pastor Dustin today, help him be able to get the work done that he needs to get done. I ask that you just help him be able to stay focused and be with his family too, and thank you that their trip went well, even despite all of the craziness of the scam that they went through, Lord. I ask that you be with Soul and her class, Lord, that you help them all be able to learn and understand what's being taught, to get their project done on time. I ask that you be with her dad, Lord, to touch and heal him from cancer if it be your will, Lord. Let the treatments do their job and give the doctors wisdom. I pray for Dusty as he is going through the day, that you keep his stress levels down. Be with the Kyle Bush family as well, Lord, and give them comfort. I ask that you can just be a presence in their lives and let them feel your comfort, Lord. I ask that you be with Lotu and her family and give them a miracle. I ask that you be with Save the Lost and his headaches and his father-in-law, Lord. I know his father-in-law had a medical emergency today, so I ask that you be in that situation, Lord, and just heal him and give the doctors wisdom, Lord. I pray over Bearded Beowulf, Catherine Naomi, anybody else who is in need of your guidance, Lord. I just ask that you give them wisdom, give them direction, Lord, on what to do and where you have them headed next. Give us a great time of fellowship today. Anybody who is struggling physically, whether illness or injury, I ask that you heal them. Anybody who is struggling mentally, give them the strength to keep going, the courage to seek out any help that they might need, the courage to reach out, Lord. Help them to know that they're not alone. And in your name I pray. Amen. All right. Soon as the ads end, need to pull up Steam here. So 5-year-old has proven himself to be a bully, has thrown rocks as a kid, bitten a little girl, now attacks his brother with a Febreze bottle, spraying in the eyes and face, saying voices are telling him to do it. Also has severe ADHD and a tendency to lie. More tough love in the sense of acknowledgement. This is a lesson you need to learn, and if I let you have your way, then you won't learn it. Tough love doesn't have to be blunt and harsh, but it's a love that doesn't enable bad behavior and is meant to help move a person towards being a better person. That is true. Yeah, that is a tough one. Because it doesn't sound like... Because to me, it's the part about the... It's not even just the... It's not even just the hearing of, or the actions that are going on, but also the fact that he's saying that he's hearing voices. So to me, I'm thinking, okay, is he really, you know? Because, like, we've seen in the Bible times where people have heard voices. Yeah, where does that come from? Because from there, you can kind of figure out as far as, okay, do we need to maybe, like, seek professional help, you know? Yeah, no clue where that came from. So since we don't necessarily know where that fully came from, we could kind of approach this from helping him take perspectives. And we could also approach this from a perspective of, if a friend told you to do this, would you still do it? And you have to be strong enough to know the difference between right and wrong. Oh, how cute! Oh my gosh. These are adorable. I need them in my life. I've got enough. Exactly. Did he pick that up from somewhere? Or is it something that he's literally hearing voices? Good morning, treasure chest. How's it going? Let's take a look at our quest. We need to go back to Beauty and the Beast land, I think. You might consider, in this particular case, would it be beneficial to go to a, like a faith-based counseling service to see if he's legitimately hearing these voices or not? So we need to go back to the garden. My apologies for the constant camera turning. Yes, that is exactly it. Let's see if maybe... yeah, maybe that'll help. He says he knows it's wrong behavior, but it's hard to fight. He's generally a real good kid, uses his manners, always ready to help, and generally does as he's asked. Okay. Well, so that's a good start. That's a good start. So maybe it could be a good place to... yeah, no problem. You just finished cleaning your room, getting ready for the day soon. Gonna relax and work on stuff while watching me. Gonna play volleyball with friends tonight. That's fun. I have not played volleyball in so long. When I was in middle school, I was on the volleyball team. I was on the B team, but still played. So since he knows what the expected behavior is, and he seems to be having a hard time fighting that voice that tells him to do something wrong, maybe... I wonder if maybe it has something to do with impulse control? Yeah, exactly. If it really is hard for him to fight it, it makes more sense that it could be voices, but more than likely impulse control. Haven't played in a while, not that good, just doing it for fun. Yeah, exactly. And it's good to have IRL community. And I'm proud of you for building that IRL community. I wonder... am I supposed to find that here in the garden? Yes. Okay. So where is it? Ah, yeah. Yeah, he did test on the impulsive side, but nothing about how to... no guidance on how to help him be able to control it. Yeah, and that's hard, and that's where I would... probably seek a faith-based counselor and just say he's been having difficulty controlling certain impulses, and And maybe, we just need some help in how to help this 5-year-old, who is generally a really good kid, fight these impulses. Yeah, with severe ADHD, poor impulse control does seem to be a factor. Absolutely. Oh, there it is! Ha ha ha! Running around all that time. And I only just now saw that that bag was glowing. Craft the rose garden. Okay. Or garlands, I should say. Trying to do more of it than being online. Next Friday night you're doing an in-person game night and we'll be hanging out with people in Lux hopefully in 2 weeks. There you go! See, you're doing such a great job of trying to balance the two. And I'm proud of you for that, because I know that's not always easy. Seems dysregulated and hasn't yet learned skills to cope, and those coping skills can be hard to keep in effect until they become such a part of his life that he's able to do them more naturally. Ah, near the windows. That might be a little severe, but again, your heart is in the right place and you're trying everything you can. I think I would scale back a little bit and kind of seek some outside help in how to teach him these coping skills, whether it might mean some kind of medication, whether a natural remedy or something to help with his ADHD and kind of help keep him focused. But it definitely sounds like he needs some help with his impulse control and coping with those moments where he feels kind of overwhelmed and can't ignore those urges. Thanks, Cogsworth. What's left to do? Only the most important task of all, celebrating! Wonderful. It's time for you to enjoy the masquerade ball. Put on your mask and come enjoy yourself. Party time! Yes. Well, if anyone knows the proper time for a party, it would be me. Great! If you don't mind, I'll take a picture to remember the moment. You've been on Discord messaging people during the week and sometimes on the weekend, but do not go on VC even though you want to. That's good. That's a good balance. You're excited for the new sermon series and the teachings for Wednesday night? Oh, that's a good point, Soul, that the limiting screen time could help with that as well because of the overstimulation. That could work. Yeah, redheaded stubbornness and aggression. Yeah, that can be a lot to deal with sometimes. That can be definitely a lot to deal with. No, I mean I have a device in my pocket that draws instant portraits. It's a new invention. Remarkable! I look forward to your demonstration.
Until we meet again.
Let's see, I think it's 6. Yes. There we go. Ah, I've got Lumiere's better side. Cogsworth looks great though. Yeah, identifying the things that set him off, so you can intervene and walk with him through what to do. That's a great idea, Soul. That's what you're doing, limiting your screen time and not being online, especially on Discord as you used to. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good thing. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. See if the, and I would probably at least, maybe not like completely cut off screen time, but severely limit.
A shame, really.
Like maybe a couple hours a day kind of thing. Yeah, of course. Happy to. Happy to help however we can. Mary, we most certainly did. So now that the castle is restored, do you know what you want to do next? We should probably see if Mademoiselle Belle and His Highness are in need of our services. Where are they staying, Donna? Dreamlight Valley. I think you'd both love it. It's a village full of people who can't wait to meet you. How charming. Cogsworth, we must go to this valley. Even the name inspires me. It sounds like a place for adventure. But Mrs. Potts and the others will worry. I must let them know that you're going. That we are going, no? I shall consider it. At present, my duties require me here. The cobwebs alone are a frightful mess. There you go. Yeah. See, sometimes even as grown-ups we need to limit our screen time.
Now, be on your way.
Cogsworth's, now, be on your way. He's like, yeah, now, just get out. Oh, did I not take Lumiere with me? Or do I need to go out here in order to... Let's see. Yeah, that's totally fair, Soul. A few fights as a kid and was nearly suspended once. In your case, it was extreme reactions to bullying and teasing. And you didn't know how to deal with that when they wouldn't stop. Exactly. And that makes sense. And especially when it's something that seems out of character like that. There we go. You found out that Jeff Bennett voices Lumiere and Piotr Michael voices Cogsworth. It's so sad that the original voice actors died long before Disney Dreamlight Valley was made. You knew that Jeff Bennett also voices Merlin in Dreamlight Valley as well as Clank from the Tinkerbell movies. The Man in the Yellow Hat from Curious George. Nice! That is so cool. I love hearing all those behind the scenes things. True, if you'd had adults that you could trust and could have helped you learn what to do in those moments, that would have been very helpful. Exactly.
Have you a moment, my friend?
So we have welcomed him into the valley.
Oh, enchanté.
Yeah, because sometimes the lying comes from a place of not wanting to be. It's like they think of it as a way to get out of trouble versus taking accountability. So explaining to him the importance of taking accountability for your actions, while also telling him that lying actually makes things worse in the long run. That's another approach. Hey, Lady Foes! How's it going? How's it going? Good morning, good morning! How was your singing with your sister yesterday?
Oh,
Time to prepare today's menu.
Yay! I'm so glad it went well and that you get to do it again tonight. That is awesome. That is so great. I got to go cycling yesterday. I went almost 3.5 miles, and I am so proud of myself.
what?
Oh, he voiced Iago in Disney's Once Upon a Studio. Interesting, because when I think Iago, I think Gilbert Gottfried. Relatively new and relatively young actor, born in 1988. Okay. That makes sense.
Merci, this is much appreciated.
Right? I want to get into... My goal is that I would like to try and start cycling more in the evenings. I want to go biking more. But I also want to try and get out and walk laps around the parking lot during the workday, too. And just try and get more active.
Excuse me. Hi. I find myself.
You're proud and knew you could do it. Last night you got off right after the last match of League. Let's go, treasure! You're so drained by the end of your day, you just want to sleep. Yeah, thankfully, when things are a little bit slower during the workday, I can just go on a few laps around the parking lot. And it's protected because we have a gated area that's for staff parking. And I can just walk laps around it. And I found out 6 laps equals 1 mile. I'll be live for about an hour and a half-ish. My goal is that I want to be able to do one of they call them the fun rides at one of our local bike events. And that way, because I think that would be really fun. It's a lot cheaper than, it's definitely a lot cheaper than the actual event itself. And it's a lot shorter because they have 1 mile and 3 mile rides, whereas most of the other rides are a lot longer. Like, they have one that's 32 miles, one that's 60-something miles, one that's 100 and something miles. And I'm like, nope, I'm not there yet. Exactly. Learning to take accountability for wrongdoing is a hard lesson to learn, but it's an important one and teaches us so much about God. There's pain there, and the lying tells me there's a fear of that pain. Yes, exactly. Not that it makes the lying okay, it just makes it worse, but it does help you understand and explain why he's going there. Because lying doesn't come from a place of I feel safe. Lying comes from a place of I don't want the punishment that's going to be associated with it. I don't want to be seen as somebody who does bad things. You know, it could be like a fear of reputation, not necessarily at that age, but as you get older and start caring more about what people think, you know, that kind of thing. You know. But it comes from an underlying fear of some kind. Sounds like a plan. Remind me later when you get back what color the hat is and what kind of bookmarks are you working on. Also, would love to see pictures of your bike at some point, Treasure.
Yes. Don't be a stranger.
Alright, so I put Belle and the Beast's house up here. Sounds good. Sounds good, Treasure. Here it is. Let's speak to the beast.
Hello. Of course.
Oh.
Yay, they're so happy.
Oh.
That is true. That is true. We can't necessarily fault him for wanting to stick to his duties. Yeah, we can definitely bring that letter. Absolutely.
Goodbye.
And we're off. I might do some reorganizing later around the valley. Good morning, Caitlin. Yeah, give me just a minute to get to a spot where we can pause and I will absolutely pray. That's awesome! Way to go, Mama Belle! And way to go, 5-year-old. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and pray for Caitlin and her friend, and we're also going to pray for you, Mama Belle. Lord, we want to bring Caitlin's friend before you, who is doing things that are honestly kind of scary. We pray that you open this friend's eyes to their need for you, to their need to not be doing what they're doing. And that I ask that you protect them as well, that they can have those eyes open without having to hit rock bottom, without having to get hurt. But if that's not your will, Lord, please just protect them as much as possible, Lord. And we also want to pray for Mama Belle. Thank you for the amazing, amazing person that she is, the amazing mom that she is trying to be, Lord. Thank you that her conversation with her 5-year-old went well. We ask that you help her to continue to have patience with him and help him be able to understand that he needs to have good impulse control. Help them be able to work together alongside each other, and bringing Mike into the fold as well, Lord, that they're all able to work together to help curb some of these behaviors that they're seeing, Lord. Help him be able to grow into the man of God that you have called him to be, Lord. And just help him to continue growing and learning and seek you, Lord. And in your name I pray. Amen. Exactly. If he can learn how to take accountability for his actions and his wrongdoings, he'll hopefully start to see that there's reconciliation there, that things end better when we take accountability for our actions, that there's restoration.
How may I be of assistance?
Oh my gosh, Cogsworth! Cogsworth, my friend! That is definitely... That was uncalled for, sir.
I see.
Exactly, that's another good strategy there, Soul.
Oh, how thoughtful. Best of luck to you.
Best of luck to you. And we're going to welcome you into the valley with open arms. And I think we're getting close to the end of this particular series. So, we're gonna go with... No, I said series. You can probably guess what just happened. I'm gonna let this poll go for 10 minutes. So you can guess what happened. When I said series, a certain Apple person decided I was talking about her.
May I have a moment of your time? Time.
And so I had to tell her, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm saying series. Yeah, you're doing a great job, Mama Belle. You're doing your best. And it is so true. The teacher is always the most quiet during a test. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to equip you. He's going to give you the tools that you need. He's going to put people in your life to come alongside you and help you. And you'll figure this out. You'll figure this out. I believe in you.
Do go on.
Ooh. There you go. You've got a new village. And you know what they say. It takes a village to raise a family. And I'm so glad that you have your village with you. That is such a blessing.
Splendid.
There we go. So we won't dawdle at all. I promise. We are headed up to Belle and the Beast Castle. Ooh. Oh, I must have... Oh, I missed ones that were back there. Oh, well. That is A-okay.
I want Belle to be happy. It's nice to see the sunshine.
There we go. That's what we needed. We need to complete the introduction.
Good morning.
How may I be of assistance?
Cogsworth, you have arrived!
Ah,
And just in time, I presume? Your Highness, Mademoiselle Belle, it is good to see you again. Oh, Cogsworth, I've missed you so much. It feels like I haven't seen you in ages. Cogsworth. Lumiere has told me nothing of what has happened when Donna visited. Donna, will you tell us what happened back at the castle? The castle was dark and strange. The castle was dark and strange things were happening. Paintings flew around, the garden was in shambles, and pages of household advice were appearing out of nowhere. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. I set it for 10 minutes because that way that gives us time to let more people vote. Lumiere thought there was a ghost called La Dame Blanche, but Cogsworth and I knew it was something else. It was dreamlight magic from an old party invitation I'd given to Cogsworth and Lumiere for safekeeping. I'm not quite sure why, but this invitation caused weird things to happen that looked like a haunting. I'm sorry for all the trouble, really. That sounds alarming and yet quite fascinating. I'd love to hear more about it later. I'm sure it was an accident, Donna. I'm just glad no one was harmed. Lumiere, Cogsworth, we're so glad you're here. And thank you, Donna. You've brought us all back together. Oh, no worries at all.
Too true, too true.
how interesting. Ah,
There we go.
most impressive indeed.
We have completed the quest. It's that time again. Good morning, Vocal Duck. How's it going? Let's see. I for inventory. Let's go to wardrobe. I'm going to take off the mask. There we go. But yeah, yesterday, guys, I got home from hanging out with my pastor's daughter and running some errands and stuff with her. And when I got home, there was a package outside, and it was my coffee concentrate. I was not expecting it until Monday, and I was so excited. So I got to have my coffee this morning. So far, the haps in Dreamlight Valley are that we got Lumiere and Cogsworth moved in, and we've completed all the Beauty and the Beast stuff so far. So now we're trying to decide, do we want to go Lion King or Mulan next?
A dark age indeed.
Yeah, it's dark or strong and perhaps a little turbulent.
Now,
Yeah.
see here.
A magical memento. Oh, we used our magic to get rid of an emotional memory. Interesting. And now it's starting to push back and escape the object, hence the chaos. And oh, that is so true. When we try and stuff down our feelings, they're gonna bottle up and bubble up until we can't deal with them anymore. And they do not like to be denied or pushed away. They always return, often stronger until they're dealt with. These feelings must be embraced and understood, and that's just like real life. Just like real life. So today I have planned on helping my mom get set up for VBS. And then, other than that, I don't think I have anything planned. Other than wanting to do some bicycling in the evening. Ooh, you got a new coffee package from Golden Day Coffee yesterday. Had a cup of the new coffee and it was so good. What blend is it? What blend is it? I need to know.
Listen closely.
The object I mentioned is not the only one of its kind hidden in the valley. We should keep our eyes and ears open for more mementos and for the problems they will most likely cause. Only I can face the feelings stored inside and set things right again. Oh gosh, oh gosh. I'm trying to decide between just another day in the valley and gonna have to craft a box of tissues ASAP. Ooh, I guess we're going with Lion King. I love it. I love it. We can't go wrong with either. Can't go wrong with either one. Maple Bourbon. Your coffee before that was his... Geminilla. I have Geminilla. I have Geminilla and I have the Lotu tin. I can definitely look into that. It would definitely have to be sometime after, probably after lunch. But I would love to get together. In fact, if you want, and wanted to kind of get out of the house, we could either Since I had coffee this morning, depending on... Does that coffee place we like to go to have tea options as well? Because I know they have chai. And if they have chai, that could work really well. Otherwise, we could look also into reserving a study room at the library. But I definitely think my preference would be the coffee shop. I guess we'll go with just another day in the valley. Aww, we literally have our village right here. I love it. Oh, important, quite important to me at the time I created them. Look at us go being on the same wavelength. Your hat colors are mint green and yellow. Ooh, that's cool. And then the bookmarks have Bible verses on them. Nice! That is so cool. You voted Mulan because you believe Mulan was added quite a while after Scar, Simba, and Nala, and you've never seen the Mulan gameplay, only the ads and promos for it. Ah! So we'll eventually get to Mulan. Eventually we'll get there. And for now, we're going to go ahead and finish this one and then go on to Lion King. But I love your logic there.
Well, I shall.
The memento is complete. Let's see, what else do we have? So we need to add some furniture to Frosted Heights. Talk to Olaf. Eventually we need to level up our friendships with a bunch of people. We've got like all these people that we need to level up our friendship with. Because all of the quests are locked because of that. So... And we also need to unlock Minnie Mouse. Alright, let's go see how much... Let's see how much Dreamlight we need to unlock Lion King. Just in case. Oh, that's Monsters Inc. I think Lion King was down one, maybe? That one's frozen. There's Lion King.
Oh, hello.
Hey, we've got enough!
Oh.
I do in fact see that. I just don't get notifications for it all the time.
I couldn't have done better myself.
Let's see. I will definitely take a look and see what might work for that treasure. We'll see what I can make happen. You found your favorite local coffee shop. It's called Doc's Brew and Creamery. It's a plant shop and greenhouse. Handcrafted goods and coffee shop all in one. That is so cool. They sell local artists' crafts in an actual store. That is amazing. That is amazing. I love that because I know that you like to do crochet and stuff, so maybe you would be able to make that work too. Make a little extra cash and get to enjoy your favorite coffee place. you just bought a new, or just now bought a pink and lavender Caboodles makeup box to life hack as a jewelry box. Back when you were a girl, you used Caboodles to hold hair accessories, but your hair is too short for accessories nowadays. Yeah. Yeah, back when you were younger. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Caboodles. I need to look up Caboodles. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Because that sounds so familiar. Oh, okay. That explains it. I do think I saw some of those in stores when I was a kid. Possibly. Yeah, I mean, it sounds fun. I just also know that the month of June, or months of June, July, and August are going to be very, very busy for me. And so it's just a matter of when things are going to be, like when things are going to be falling. Caboodles for everything. You had one for makeup, one for art supplies, one for your baby clothes, and or babies, like baby dolls' clothes, and one for fishing tackle. I love it! They're pretty iconic, which is in your generation, which isn't too far removed from mine. Yeah. I mean, we're both pretty much millennials. Yeah, I appreciate that, Treasure. I appreciate the invitation. That means a lot. I love it. I love this. We get greeted with grrr, and we're like, hi, I'm Donna. Hi. With, please don't eat me. That is true. Like, we are millennials. There's no confusion there. I think for me, sometimes it depends on what websites I look at. I think nowadays, most websites agree that my year of birth is, like, very late millennial. Yeah, you're kind of in between millennial and Gen Z, but label yourself as millennial. Yeah. I relate more to the millennials than I do the typical Gen Z. Just because my birth year, now my sister's birth year, is, I think, one of those cusping ones. But I think we were the last generation, really, that focused more on being outdoors versus being on screen all the time. Because I remember the days of having to like yell downstairs, "Mom, do you need the phone or can I go online?" Yeah, I think it was, like, I was fairly, like, I think I was at the start of the internet boom. Because I'm a 92 baby. And so, growing up, I remember having access to the internet. But it was also, like, where the internet was really starting to take off. Like, I remember all the OG YouTube. And I am convinced that the main reason why a lot of the Gen Alpha stuff, like No Cap, 6-7, all of that, was, is that the Gen Alpha, they're practically making up words. Some of them make sense, like Riz, being short for charisma. Love that. But our generation, our slang was quotes. I'm an elder zillennial. Good morning, Queen. I love it. The cutoff year between core millennials and zillennials is 91. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm an elder zillennial. But like, we always spoke in quotes, and our inside stuff was always quotes. Good morning, dreamer. And so it makes sense that speaking in what feels to us like just made up vocabulary words wouldn't fully make sense, just like to them, our OG YouTube quotes make no sense. Like, we could go up to each other and be like, Charlie, Charlie. And then somebody else would go, we're on a bridge, Charlie. You know? And they would get it. Whereas if we were to go to a Gen Alpha and be like, Charlie, Charlie, they'd be like, who are you, crazy person? My heart. Vintage Lisa Frank coloring books. Oh, one of the kids I was babysitting, I remember him coming out with his baseball cards and basketball cards. And he went, guys, this is from the olden days. This is the olden days of 1996. And I just went, oh, you're killing me, Smalls. You know? And he was like, what's going on? And I'm like, you realize I was 4 years old in 1996. Depending on when. Core Millennial is late 80s through 91. Okay. Baby Spawn thinks the olden days are the early 1990s. Oh my gosh. Guys, it's official. It's official. We're old. We're old. Our backs hurt. We're old. Our knees are cracking everywhere. Lisa Frank with all the dolphins and unicorns. Yes, I loved the Lisa Frank unicorns and dolphins. My sister loved the dogs. She asked what kind of candy they had in the olden days. I asked her what she thought they were, or when she thought they were, and she said the 90s. Oh my gosh. My gosh. The Denver Museum now has a 90s display. Oh my goodness. You're not that old yet, but feel old. Yup. You did play outside, but you mostly watched Disney Channel, PBS Kids before it was called that, game shows, and played DOS computer games. I remember DOS menu. Oh my gosh. You also played educational Apple computer games, as well as Prince of Persia. Nice! You had your first colonoscopy 3 weeks ago. You know you're old nowadays. I'm due for my first colonoscopy in a couple years. Probably like a year and a half. You still have a science report on a floppy disk. Yes! Yeah, and I have to start mine earlier because of family history. Alright, you guys, ads start in just a minute, so I'm going to take this time to go on a quick bio break. You guys enjoy the word game. I'm going to go to the BRB screen, and we'll be back. right, you guys. Thank you so much. Oh wow, we can use word game end instead of word game stop. That's good. That's good to know. Welcome back, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the word game. Sorry that took a little longer than I anticipated it to being. Oh. Why would she think we're another hyena? We're clearly not a hyena. Ooh, so we're gonna get rid of some hyenas. Sounds good. You still have VHSs? Love it. Love it. Let's see, here we go. Personally, age is how you look at it. That is true. That is true. Recently, she was doing a history test on the American Revolution. She asked you a question on the test. You told her to reread the lesson and that you've already done your history lessons. And she said, yeah, but you being there doesn't count. What? Oh, baby spawn coming in with the savage responses. Yeah, colonoscopies are absolutely no fun. Absolutely no fun. Right? Isn't that wild? In most of the games that I've played, you can only use the same letter once. In this one, he's made it where you can use it more than once, and I love it. Nala, your girl. Yas, you still have your tape player. I remember Walkmans. And you could put your cassettes into your Walkman, have your headphones on, and go jogging or whatever. You try your best not to let age bother you. You think you watching old cartoons helps with that. That's true. And it depends on who all you surround yourself with as well. You bought a PSP to be your media player? Love it. Love it. That's true. The procedure itself is quick. It's the prep for it that is the pits. Though I've heard they're getting better. I've heard it's getting better than it used to be.
Woo!
Aww. You can tell how much she loves Simba. Right? Right? That was definitely not her voice. Her voice is lower. The monkey's his uncle? What? I do. I'm trying to remember the response to that because, like, I do remember, or I think it's no, his uncle is Scar. I'm trying to remember what the response is. I know it's a line from the movie because I remember Timon, like, panicking. I can hear his panic, like, the monkey's his uncle? But I can't remember the response. You have a newly acquired modded iPod for your media player now because you're old. Alright, sounds like a plan, Treasure. Enjoy!
Huh.
He's going to fight Scar. Who? Scar. Who's got a scar? No, it's his uncle. The monkey's his uncle? Yes. I remember Scar. Oh, heck of a guy. Little moody, but... No, that's Lion King 2. That's Lion King 2. You miss those old MP3 players? We should go back to those. Didn't do 100 other things, just played music, right? Like, as much as I'm all for consolidating, like, I love the fact that my iPhone can do so much. At the same time, I also see Pastor Houston's point of earlier this year, he got a bunch of different devices, like a calculator and things like that, so that he wasn't on his phone as much. Because our phones can literally do everything now, and they weren't always that way. You're rushing the clock. No! Simba's going to challenge his uncle to take his place as king. And then they're like, oh. Or wait, no, then do they mention something about him being a king? It's like confusion at him being a king. It's been so long since I've watched the movie. I need to watch the movie again. You can play Doom and Pokemon on it, but you probably won't. That's fair.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Uh-oh. You can't jump. Where are my items? There? Okay, let's use. Okay, we'll continue. We need to plant? Alright, where is... Alright, we're gonna track. Okay, so we need to dig out the dried out thorns and bushes. Okay. Okay, so we've got that. That is true, not everything needs to be stored on a server farm. That is a very good point. Especially with the way things are going in the online sphere. It's crazy. Plant the seeds in the holes near the ledge in the dried out oasis. Oops, sorry, friend. No items available. Is that not? Oh. Haim is laughing. You guys gonna do something? No? Just gonna laugh? Gonna laugh at the funny primate trying to save the day? Okay. Exactly. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, because they're literally just laughing, and not doing anything. It's Nala! That's definitely not her voice. Her voice needs to be lower. Can I start an Alla fan club?
Uh-huh. Huh. Huh?
You look kind of squishy. They've clearly been talking to Saul. They've been talking to us. They've been talking to us. They referred to a person as being squishy.
Huh? Huh?
There's a huge stump blocking our way into the jungle.
Goodbye.
Let's see. We've done that. That actually worked? Hashtag video game logic. Well, the useless laughing hyenas are even squishier than me, right? Can you feel the love tonight?
Hello. Woo!
On the other side of the river.
Huh?
Alright, here goes
Thank
nothing.
you.
Alright. Let's see. What do we want to do? We've got all kinds of bugs. Yup, it is most definitely the romance scene. Let's see, let's take a look at our items. Maybe not. Oh, find a way to lower the log near the waterfall. Helps if I look at things. Let's see, where... Oh, there. That log. Okay. Maybe... Hey, hey! Not what you would put in a kid's game. Fair enough, fair enough. Hey, as long as they're not necessarily going for the "Can you feel the love tonight" scene, and like, I mean, even in the movie they didn't show anything really bad. That's not Matthew Broderick.
Aw.
True.
Aw.
Alright, so we can't collect that. Darn. I was hoping we could. Right? If you want to do this the easy way. Aw, look at him.
Aw.
A whole zebra. Not a lot of zebras around here. But don't worry. I think I know just the thing. Though I might need some help from Donna to put it together. Yup, she was holding them back. All by herself.
Aw.
Oh boy, we're gonna collect bugs.
Glad you're here. Uh-huh. Huh.
Right, Simba? If you feed your girl bugs. As long as I don't need to eat any. Yup, he is definitely feeding his girl bugs.
Ah. Thanks.
So we've talked to Simba. Now we need to collect bugs. Fish slimy bugs out of the river. You think it's 3? Nope, 4. Yup, slimy yet satisfying, just as he was taught. We caught one of them! And they're so happy! Why couldn't they leave room for a joke from Pippin? It would have worked if they left room for a joke from Pippin. That it would have. Although I haven't really seen Pippin, so if that was a Pippin joke, then I apologize that I did not get it. There we go. That's what we needed. We've got those bugs. Okay. So now we need to find the colorful ones in the dried out oasis. Which I think are back here? Or at least they're supposed to be? No, maybe not. Maybe it's over on the other side. Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I tried to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. okay, my friend. You wanna cut me in? Well, I hate to tell you, but it just won't happen. So thanks, but no, I think I'm good to go. 'Cause I quite enjoy the life you say I'm trapped in. Now I admire you, and that whole show you do. You're onto something, really it's something. But I live among the swells, and we don't pick up peanut shells. I guess I'll leave that up to you. Don't you wanna get away from the same? Or don't you know that I'm okay from the same old part you gotta play? Got what I need and I don't wanna take the ride. I don't need to see the other side, so go and do like you do. I'm good to do like me. Ain't in the cage, so I don't need to take the key. Oh, man, sudden, or can't you see I'm doing fine? I don't need to see the other side. Spawn, how's it going? Well, I think the dried out oasis is over here. Yeah, we're playing some Dreamlight Valley today. Question is... Now we've got 4, so I need to find one more set. That's my exit. There's a stage recording starring John Rubinstein, America's Greatest Hero, and Ben Viren. Nice! Is that the original Broadway cast? Oh, that's cool. I know Corner of the Sky is from there.
Hey there.
Alright, off we go to catch more bugs. One of the actors died before they could record. Oh. You just restarted it on your second account, so you're still pretty early game? Nice. Remove the stump in the deeper jungle to find red bugs. So we're looking for a stump. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna like spam E So that way when I come on them... I think I got one more. Ha! Got him! Maybe there are other changes, but that's the only one you're aware of. But that makes sense. The new pet in the item shop is so cute. His name is Bambi. Yes, I saw that. I need to go get him. I got the outfit combo that they had. I feel Nala's pain. He's my mate. He's my mate. He's my mate. Like, I love this man, but... Cook the bug platter. Okay. So then I wonder if there's a cooking spot somewhere around here. Hey, how's it going, Red Riot? Hope you're doing well. 3-stream streak. Love it, love it. Or do I need to go home and cook and then come back? Because I'm not seeing anywhere to cook over here. Still on a high from Thursday night? Love it! Ooh, you got a moonstone chest? Nice! Oh, there we go. I guess autofill? There we go. And start. What was the best part of Thursday night? Oh, cook 3 of them. Alright. Bug platter. Autofill. Cook. And then autofill. There we go. Bring up to Nala. Give her one. They look tasty. I must be really hungry, right? If bugs look good. Shingzi's spying. Is the human using a geyser to cook, and is she throwing in bugs? Right? Was planning on going to a minor league baseball game with your friends. They backed out, so your wife and daughter went, and her coworker from Amazon were there. So you got to watch a doubleheader of baseball with your wife, daughter, and a friend that you invited last minute. I love it! Oh, that's fantastic! I'm so happy for you. Did your team win?
Oh. Huh.
Ooh. 1 of 2. Second game they won 9-6. I love it. Don't you worry, Nala. We're on our way back right now. We are going to talk with Scrooge. See how that's going. There's Scrooge McDuck.
Good day to you.
You need what exactly? I need something to scare off a whole lot of hyenas. Hyena repellent. We don't get many hyenas in the valley. So it wouldn't make much sense to stock up on that. Okay, so maybe a spray isn't practical, but what about something to make a lot of noise to scare them off? If I could just turn the sound of 2 lions roaring into the sound of 100 lions roaring. Oh, well, why didn't you say so from the start? I've got an old sound system in the basement of my shop. I think it used to belong to someone Goofy knew. It's in a rough shape, but with a few repairs it ought to do the trick. I think you have to accept that I love sports like I do. Or that like you do, and the wife loves baseball, so we can bond over the game. Yes! I love it! Whoops, you were wrong. It's William Cat who plays Pippin in the stage version. Ah! I'll do some repairs and take it back to Nala.
Hope you have a bull market day.
Oh, I'm sure I will. There we go. We're gonna have to go into our house anyway. We've got to get more iron ingot. Right, we're scaring off the hyenas with Max's old sound system. We've got to go find some hardwood. We've got plenty of softwood.
Oh boy, what a morning.
So we need also some iron ingot. I think there should be some hardwood down here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, how's it going, Sarah? You've got the— I do have the Glade of Trust. I have— You're okay? Just tired? That makes sense. What do you have planned for today? So I have all but I think 2 lands. Or maybe just 1. Because I need to unlock the Forgotten Lands, and I think that's the last of it. Let's see, do I have— I do have some iron ore. Okay. You only have the plaza in the meadow. Love it, love it. That's the fun of starting over from scratch, is that you can see everything from the beginning.
Why does morning have to be
This game is such an addiction for you. You have all the expansion packs and have unlocked all the areas. Nice. What's your favorite land, Sarah? You can never start from scratch. Okay. I guess let's check the mail again. Ah, there we go. Alright, so I need— oh, you love Storybook Vale because of you love reading in books. I love it! Let's see. Do I— no, that's not what I need for that. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Alrighty. I think I only need 3. 'Cause I've got lots of iron. Storybook and Wish Bloom or Wish Blossom. Nice. Nice. Then we're gonna repair the sound system. It makes riding horses and getting around so much faster. I am so excited to get to that point. Right now, I feel like I'm so in the basics that I'm still like, oh, there's so much to do. To quote the Sophia the First theme song, so much to learn and see. Hey, how's it going, Paul? Happy Saturday! I am doing well, especially now that I've got my coffee. I can! I'm on the Lux Worship team as well. And because I just absolutely love singing. And so, something that I do. Sounds good! I will take a look at those. I don't know. I think I wonder if maybe I just assumed that you knew somehow. I don't know.
Oh, hey there.
So much to learn and see up in the castle with my new family, in a school that's just for royalty. A whole enchanted world is waiting for me. I'm so excited to be Sophia the First. I'm finding out what being royal's all about. Making my way, it's an adventure every day. It's gonna be my time to show them all that I'm Sophia the First. I think I got the melody messed up a little bit, but... Right? I was mostly drawn to it because I love Travis Willingham. He is like a fantastic actor and he plays King Roland. And I wanted to hear how his voice would sound in that show, and I loved it. I have seen Tangled. I love that movie. Alright, back to Place Pride Rock in the village. We're gonna put them up on the Sunlit Plateau, I think. I feel like that'll probably be more like home to them.
I'm 10 times the king.
Someone sent us let's see, a screen projector to a middle school to see if the kids could figure out what it was. One kid guessed a printing machine from the 1400s, but none of them could guess. Flower gleam and glow, let your power shine. Make the clock reverse, bring back what once was mine. What once was mine. Love that song! Love that song! Oh, you put them up here too? I love it. I love it. furniture. Pride Rock. Yeah, we'll put that there. Right? That hurts me so deep. So deep. I remember the days when if you had the TV in your room, it typically meant Bill, 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 Bill Nye the Science Guy. Do I have enough?
Greetings,
I do not.
neighbor.
I have nowhere near enough. Your first realm was Remy to get the restaurant. I love it.
Oh, I Oh. Mark me words. A villain and their riches are soon parted.
I've got a... Right? There was much rejoicing. Yay! When the cart was rolled in. Agreed. I gotta sell a bunch of stuff.
Hey there!
Golden nugget. I don't think I want to sell that. All this is pretty normal stuff. Why does everything have to be so expensive? The cart rolling in the classroom meant the teacher had a hangover from last night's tailgate party. That's fair too. I can't sell that. Might need it for another one. Sounds good. I would love that.
See you later!
So I guess maybe I'll just kind of go around picking up and selling all the things that I come across. That could work. I cannot believe that this house cost $15,000 to put in. Part of me gets it, the other part of me is like, but why? Why? You're gonna see. Ooh, that's true. Gems do sell for a lot. Ooh, tell me about the pumpkins. We'll have to see if it's something I already knew or not. Because I don't know. I know, right? Only 15,000, but by this game's standards, it's a lot. Hey, Mirabelle. Hi, Mickey. Exactly. I wish it was that. Oh. I'm sorry, Sarah. My auto mod gets really, really picky. It's not you. It's the auto mod being super mean and picky. That's true. Scrooge is a scammer, Remy is insane, and the cost for eggs is insane. Yes. It's like it gives a whole new meaning to that line in Beauty and the Beast. I need 6 eggs! That's too expensive! Yeah, sure, what's up? My day's been good so far. I've got my caffeine, so that makes me happy. And might end up going to see Soul, because Soul lives in town, and so we get to hang out a lot, and I love it. And then just kind of chilling for most of the day. Let's see, if you did start the game over. Let's see, now you somehow have part of your world quest. Oh no! Oh, that's a good question, Sarah. And I'm glad that the answer is no. They'll just pop up when you're far enough in the game. That's good. The way you echoed, that's too expensive. There must be more than this provincial life. Okay, so that one did not have anything. Sometimes they like to hide them. There we go. Alright, let's see what we got now. Hey, you know, I do have a redeem for that. I do have a redeem for favorite Broadway or Disney song. Yeah, check it out. Check it out in the channel point redemptions. Alright, we're gonna sell that. So, all of those, all of those, all of those. I know all the Les Mis songs. Les Mis is my absolute favorite musical. And so I've memorized all the different songs.
Oh. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. It's one of your favorites? I love it. What's your favorite song from there, Red Riot? Alright, we got that. Exactly, you're talking to the right streamer here if you want Les Mis. Oh boy! There we go. We got some more gems possibly here. You loved the crux of the movie. Gaston said in the song he eats 6 dozen eggs every day. If he could afford 6 dozen eggs every day, why didn't he have a mansion outside of town? Why did he just live in a lodge? Or was he too broke to live in a mansion because he kept going broke on eggs? Yes! Oh, that is such a good question! And I actually looked up how many calories that would be to have 6 dozen eggs. Or 5 dozen eggs. And it's a lot of calories. Hopefully he exercises a lot. Ooh, Do You Hear the People Sing is such a good one. Ooh, For the First Time in Forever. That's a great choice. The window is open, so's that door. I didn't know they did that anymore. Who knew we owned 8,000 salad plates? For years I've roamed these empty halls. Why have a ballroom with no balls? Finally they're opening up the gates. There'll be actual real life people. It'll be totally strange. Wow, am I so ready for this change? 'Cause for the first time in forever, there'll be magic, there'll be fun. For the first time in forever, I could be noticed by someone. Don't know if I'm elated or gassy, but I'm somewhere in that zone. 'Cause for the first time in forever, I won't be alone. Ooh, wife and daughter love One Day More. Yes, I love One Day More because I love the way that it has all the different melodies overlapping each other in the end, and then they come together again for that one final chord, and it shows that they're united in their thought of one more dawn, one more day, one day more. I love it! Alright, ads start in 1 minute. You will not miss a single thing, I promise you. Don't let them in. Don't let them see. Be the perfect girl you always have to be. Conceal. Don't feel. Put on a show. Make one wrong move and everyone will know. But it's only for today, it's only for today. I need to wait, I need to wait. Tell the guards to open up the gates, for the first time in forever. I've got the life I'm dreaming of. A chance to change my lonely world. A chance to find true love. Something like that, I can't remember. And it's going straight to Lux. Yes! With the wife being Filipino, she loves karaoke. That's fantastic!
Never forget, your imagination is a powerful magic.
Let's see here. We've got to get more stuff so that we can sell our stuff and pay to have Pride Rock brought in. You're gonna make it go viral. Going into BRB. See you guys after ads. Alright, thank you for sitting in those ads. Thank you so much. Sarah's gonna make that clip go viral and I am here for it. You're just a millennial that belts out every song you know that comes on the radio? Same. I am Jukebox Brain. I am the epitome of Jukebox Brain. And anything that makes me think of a song, I'ma sing it. But you also never know what's gonna trigger a song, so you gotta be careful. Alright, you guys. Let's think about who we might want to raid to, because by the growling of my stomach I can tell it is getting close to lunchtime. And that I should probably go and find some nomage of the delicious variety. Whoops, let's see, do I have anything for her to eat? Well, apparently she can eat that. We can eat the shells. Oh, what happened? What happened? Rosie Remy's celebrating her birthday. Well then, we might have to send some birthday love. You meant to say your ears were blessed, but the autocorrect changed blessed to bleeding? You're like, bad autocorrect, bad! Oh man, I have had so many instances of autocorrect giving me things I did not want to say in the least. Ooh, maybe we'll just sell our iron ore. Right? The meaning changes so much with that one. Alright, we only need like 10,000 more. Thank you for fixing that before you hit send.
Need anything from the market? Just...
Let's go to settings. We'll go ahead and save. Quit the game. And yay! So glad it's in Lux. Let's get ready to send our love and support over to Rosie Remy. Let's make sure... Because Rosie is fantastic, and if it's her birthday, we gotta bless her. We gotta bless her. Of course! I'm so glad you guys had so much fun. I did too. Oh, let's see. There we go. It was awesome hanging out with you too. You just let me know. I'm gonna grab some food and see if Mom needs help down at the church. And then we'll go from there. Because I would love to get together and write with you, because I need to write. Love you guys. You guys are the best. There we go. Love you guys. If you are subbed, here's your sub raid message, which I need to copy for myself. If you are not, here is your raid message. Just a reminder, next week is going to be kind of up in the air because of Vacation Bible School. As I might be doing some streams in the evening next week, but June, July, and August are going to be kind of hit or miss as far as streams are concerned, just due to summer plans. But keep an eye in the Discord, keep an eye on Twitter. I will always post when I go live. And I love you guys, and always remember, God loves you too. Let's send Rosie some birthday love, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!